In 2015, two energy giants, China General Nuclear Power Group and EDF, joined forces to become the main participants in the UK's $23.7 billion nuclear power plant project. At the time, the collaboration was widely viewed as a win-win. As a project country, the UK not only has great expectations for this, but also hopes to take this opportunity to transform its energy structure and move towards a new era of cleaner and more efficient energy use. But as time passed, the situation took an unexpected turn. A few years later, China General Nuclear Power Group decided to withdraw from the project, putting the UK's nuclear power plant program into an unprecedented dilemma. We are very curious. Is it the poor execution that caused the project to stagnate? Or have drastic changes in the external environment made the original plan no longer realistic? Or maybe the internal conflicts between the two parties have intensified, making it impossible to move forward together. In today's video, we reveal the real reasons why China pulled out of this $58 billion nuclear power plant project. As the energy crisis and environmental pollution intensify, the role of nuclear energy in human history and future development is increasingly valued. As early as 1955, the United Kingdom launched the world's first nuclear energy plant, which once pushed the United Kingdom to the forefront of the world's nuclear energy applications. But just when Britain's nuclear energy industry seemed to be about to usher in glory, a series of nuclear leaks shocked the world. Among them, the most serious accident released up to 20 trillion becquerels of radioactive materials, including iodine-131, cesium-137, and strontium-90. These radioactive materials spread with the wind to the European continent and even the Arctic, causing about 240 people to die from cancer and other related diseases. These accidents raised serious public concerns about the safety of nuclear power, resulting in many nuclear power plants that had high hopes having to be shut down shortly after operation. Now, as time goes by, the British people's memory of the nuclear leakage is gradually fading. In recent years, due to the intensification of the energy crisis, millions of British people are facing the risk of winter power outages and gas outages in 2023 due to unaffordable energy bills, forcing the government to reconsider building new nuclear power plants in 2015 to meet the growing energy demand. As far as I know, this nuclear power plant is the Hinkley Point C project, located in Somerset, England, with a total investment of approximately $24 billion. Hinkley Point C nuclear power station uses European pressurized water reactor technology with a total installed capacity of 3.2 million watts. The UK originally planned to complete this project independently, but its own nuclear energy technology has lagged far behind, forcing the British government to seek cooperation with other countries. According to the investigation, the Hinkley Point C project was jointly constructed by China General Nuclear Power Group and EDF. It is worth mentioning that as a commercial project, the British government is not involved, and all project costs are borne by the project owner. China General Nuclear Power Group invested £6 billion, accounting for one-third of the total investment, and holds 33.5% of the shares. EDF Group holds 66.5% of the shares and takes the lead in the project. According to regulations, construction of the Hinkley Point C nuclear power plant began in 2019, and the first unit is expected to be put into operation in 2025. By then, the nuclear power plant will be able to meet the electricity needs of 6 million households, which is equivalent to 7% of the UK's electricity consumption. Surprisingly, since 2019, China has begun investing in the construction of the Hinkley Point C nuclear power plant project and has invested £400 million. But now China has chosen to withdraw despite facing the same amount of losses. Why is this? In fact, China's withdrawal from this project was not due to simple commercial considerations, but a helpless move due to a series of subjective interventions by the British government and media. Since the UK began to leave the EU in 2017, both the political and economic environment have become increasingly complex. This situation soon spread to the Hinkley Point C project. By the end of 2017, the UK began to put forward a series of demanding requirements to China, such as sharing core nuclear power technology and requiring China to pay an additional 15% of the construction funds. Of course, China firmly rejects such unreasonable demands. However, the United Kingdom did not stop there. Instead, it began to spread various false statements, claiming that China's participation in the project was to steal sensitive information and even constituted a threat to national security. Such baseless accusations have seriously damaged mutual trust between the two parties and hindered the normal progress of the project. To make matters worse, the UK frequently intervenes in the project construction process, forcing the use of British and French products and restricting the use of foreign workers, which undoubtedly increases the costs and risks of Chinese companies. In addition, the British government's cumbersome review, assessment, inspection, and other procedures have led to repeated delays in project progress. This deliberate delaying strategy by the British has caused huge losses to Chinese companies. Under continued interference from the British government and media, the construction of the Hinkley Point C nuclear power plant project has become increasingly slow and difficult. Projects that were supposed to be completed in 2025 now have to be postponed to 2026 or later. What is even more shocking is that due to a series of British actions, the project budget has surged from an initial $23.7 billion to $58 billion. This means that if China wants to continue the project, it will take at least 50 years to recoup the costs. In such a long period of time, various uncertain factors are difficult to predict, which is what China does not want to see. Therefore, after careful consideration and repeated weighing of the pros and cons, China has decided to withdraw from the Hinkley Point C nuclear power plant project. As far as I know, after China announced its withdrawal, France realized that it would be difficult to continue construction of the Hinkley Point C nuclear power plant project without Chinese technical and financial support, so it also made the decision to divest. Since China and France withdrew their investment, other countries have become very cautious about joining the project to avoid falling into the same predicament, and as a result, the project has failed to attract new investors. At this point, the Hinkley Point C project has stalled, and all previous plans seem to have come to naught. It is worth mentioning that in 2023, the British Foreign Secretary visited China. At that time, many media speculated that the United Kingdom might use this opportunity to hope that China could return and participate in the construction of the Hinkley Point nuclear power plant. But given China's international image and cautious handling of such incidents, the possibility of China returning to the construction of the Hinkley Point nuclear power plant seems slim. This video ends here, but the story of the Hinkley Point C nuclear power plant continues. What do you think of this series of measures taken by the UK? Can they learn anything from this setback and re-examine their international cooperation strategies? How should China face these challenges and opportunities? Everyone is welcome to leave a message in the comment area to discuss your opinions and feelings. If the content of this issue has inspired you, you may wish to share it with your friends so that more people can join our discussion. Thank you all for watching and supporting. See you in the next episode.